Well, after leading the Blue Jays into the playoffs after taking over midseason, John Schneider has been rewarded by having the interim tag removed and signing a 3-year deal with a team option for 2026. Welcome into Long Ball, Rob Wong, joined alongside by Toronto Sun Blue Jays writer Rob Longley. And Rob, despite how the season ended with the sweep in the wild card round, I think the odds makers would say it's no surprise that this was the move that was made. In your opinion, is it the correct one going forward for the Blue Jays?
Yeah, Rob, I really think it is the right move, and it's the right move for a number of reasons, really. And let's start with the success that he had as manager when he took over from Charlie Montoyo in July. He had a .622 win percentage. It was clear that the players responded to him, both young and old, guys that he was familiar with, guys that he wasn't. And this team went on quite a surge under his watch. I mean, a lot of people, he left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths when the team went out, was swept by Seattle in 2 games in Toronto, certainly, especially in game 2 when they blew an 8-1 lead. But you certainly can't evaluate a manager on what happened in that game. There were a lot of factors to it. But I think the big reason, Rob, is that he is so familiar with the organization on so many levels. I mean, he's been with the Blue Jays since 2002 as a player, and he's been a coach in the organization since 2008. He's won titles at 3 different levels. And he's guided some of the young stars on the team through some of those levels, from Vlad Guerrero Jr. to Bo Bichette to Danny Jansen. And it's clear, like I said, that the players respect him and they appreciate what he brings to the table. And he's a perfect fit. I think he's a real good fit for that group. And to me, it made a lot of success, not just to give him a token 1-year contract, but to make that a 3-year deal plus the club option, to essentially say, this is your group. This is a group that we believe that can win the World Series. Now go after it and get it.
Now, some people have speculated that the deal took a while to get done because the Blue Jays were investigating some other options, namely Cleveland Guardians manager Terry Francona, who had his season just come to an end. Do you think there's anything to those conspiracy theories out there?
I think that's pure speculation. And while it's possible that they kicked the tires on Terry Francona, I think it's more that they just wanted to make sure that they were on the same page with John Schneider and certainly hammering out a deal. You know, John Schneider, like anybody in baseball, has an agent as well, and he's going to want to get the best deal that he can for his client. But when they appointed him interim manager upon Charlie Montoyo's firing in July, it was essentially, let's go out and get through this season, do the best we can. Let's go on a deep run, and we'll talk about contract afterwards. So this front office, as we know, Rob, is very much into the collaboration thing and to doing a lot of research before it makes any decision. So they just wanted to let the dust settle a little bit from the postseason. Probably talk to some players, but I think the most important thing that general manager Ross Atkins wanted to do with Schneider was make sure that they were on the same page with how they like to do things. In other words, in-game decisions, pre-game talks, how the front office liaises with the management group in the clubhouse, and just to make sure that everything was in working order and that both sides were happy with that arrangement. And that's just the way they do things. They didn't want to rush into handing in that contract 3 or 4 days after the season ended, and they also recognized that there was a reason for expediency to get it done fairly quickly, because next thing you know, the off season is going to be starting. There's general managers meetings in Las Vegas in early November, and my hunch would be that Schneider would be part of the Jays traveling party in that, because that's when you start to lay the groundwork for some of the free agents that you'll be pursuing in the off season. And it always makes sense to have the manager on board with the general manager when those types of talks are taking place. So to me, it was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of maybe exhaling from the season and then moving forward. I don't think there was any doubt that John Schneider was going to be the guy. It was just going to be a matter of when they announced it and under what terms.
Well, the first piece of business in the offseason is in the books for the Blue Jays. For all of Rob's work on Toronto, head over to the Toronto Sun and follow him on Twitter at Longley Sun Sport.